Good morning. Happy Sunday. So nice and quiet. The older I get, the more I love the quiet. I was thinking in my past few days experiences of people shoulding. You should do this, you should do that. And I'm happy that I don't take it nearly as bad as I used to. And that memory of someone telling me, I should be in better shape, instantly took me back to childhood, like all of us humans, when you have, those triggers in your mind. And I remember being in PE and, all the other kids running past me on the track, and I could never understand why we all had to do that, since we're not all, and this is my 15, 16-year-old mind then, we're not all good at everything that the school would have us do. So why do we all have to participate in the same thing to prove that I'm not as good as my cousin who would win every race on the field, or my sister who would win every, what's that thing with the pole, and you jump over the bar thing, and basketball. I mean, Pat was good at a lot of sports, of course, all my brothers. I don't know about the other sisters. But I always knew that was not my thing. Now, however, I always wanted dance to be my thing. So, yeah, no, it wasn't, because, I was the baby girl and all the other girls didn't want ballet, so Mama didn't give me ballet until I was 13, but I was already fat by then. So I was the proverbial fat chick in the ballet class pretending to be a little swan, And it's so interesting that brought back that memory, of the teacher. Come on, Tasha, you can do it. You can do it. Just try a little harder, And it's not basketball. I never understood basketball until I was like 30. Okay, maybe 28. I really hope you guys don't do that to your kids, really. I mean, I'm 52 now, I think. And that still triggers, those little triggers still go off in my mind, just because somebody thought I should be able to run from here to there without huffing and puffing like I'm having a heart attack or something. And to me, that was normal. I mean, I'm not that person who's, can just, walk 8 miles just because it's a nice day and you want to go for a little short walk, However, just like anything else in life, you're good at that, I'm good at something else, And it really got me to thinking about, the boys and girls that I talk to in my life that, write to me from these YouTube videos, or Facebook, or. I didn't think it was going to be bright enough, so I had to add a little light on the situation. See my pretty crystal tip? And I can empathize with each and every one so much, because even as an adult, people are still shitting on you as an adult. You should be able to do this. You should be able to do that. Oh, just go out there and walk, a mile, Tosh, to the bus stop. It's nothing. No, it's nothing to you because you can do it. So let me ask you to sit down and figure out how to put together a simple, website with all the pictures, all the criteria, who, what, where, when, how, and date, time, place, PayPal buttons, links, backlinks. Let's see you do that. That should take you about, for one simple squeeze page, it should take you about, for your own business, so because you already know your own business, 4 hours. Go ahead. What's a link? Yeah, thanks. Don't should on me. And you adults that let other adults like that should on you. How did I end that situation? I ended it like this. Okay, so you get on the computer and send me an email. What do you mean? I don't know how to do that. Exactly. That's my point. Just because I'm a fat black chick that can't run 50 feet without huffing and puffing, it doesn't mean I'm broke. It just means that I'm different than you. That's all. I didn't die. Blood pressure was 248 over 218. I didn't die. I'm not complaining about huffing and puffing. You are. I don't have a problem with still continuing to breathe. however it is that I am that I am. And I think we adults really, I think since we forget that we're grown kids, and we think we have to do this or we have to do that, and you think you have to should on me. No, I'm here to remind you, fat black chick, that's PHAT, is here to remind you that that is not necessary for you to be poking your spiritual business in my nose. It's not. It's not for anybody's place to say you should be able to do this or you should be able to do that outside of breathing in and out. Right? I know I should on me enough. I don't need anybody else shoulding on me. So that got me, of course, thinking about all the changes I am going to make. And say, do I do that? I don't think so. If I do, I can't think of it right now. So I'll check myself before I wreck myself. But really, why do we even do that to children? Because they only do whatever you teach them to do. I'm appalled that so many parents today, they don't make their kids clean up after themselves. They don't put their toys away. They don't pick up their own dishes. Least of all, wash them. I was for washing dishes. Not the cutlery. Just the plastic plates, bowls, cups. I'm like, wow. We humans think we've come so far in life when really, due to laziness, and I do admit that I am very lazy about certain things, so now that I have brought that to the front of my brain, I will be fixing that. But again, we can only do as much as we can do, as much as we can do. That's like saying, okay, Lee, turn brown. Dark brown, like African under the sun, burnt brown, blue black, we call it. You can't. So why do you keep shooting on others? Why? And I understand, we have to keep our goals intact. So we should on ourselves when we really could just love ourselves as we are. But I feel that's a way of our, checks and balances, keeping ourselves in check with our spirit, our purpose for being, our religious beliefs, whatever, But to continue shooting on others because you're that way, isn't that almost the same thing as a sin? Don't covet thy neighbor's wife. Don't steal, kill, eat too much. uh, yada yada yada. Don't should on others. No, really. I mean, come on. Isn't that just as bad as a sin? If you believe in that word. I don't believe in that word. I believe in just doing the right thing. But it still makes me think. But it also makes me think of how I'm going to respond to the next person that thinks that they should be allowed to should on me. So anywho, after I had a nice little chat with this person and I told them, you know, I try to be a strong person at the right time. See, I know a lot of husbands and wives, just because the husband is, come on honey, let's go, let's go, let's go, then she, you know, even when she's sick with the flu and he should be in bed healing. Oh no, the husband says I should work in the fields today and da 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 da, so I'll just do that. Well, that's not being a hero. That's not being wise. Your body needs to heal. That's why it said, hey, I'm going to make you sit on your ass and heal. So you could sit on your ass and heal. Mentally, physically, spiritually, every adjectively there is. You know? So why do we let other people steer us into doing what they feel is right for us? Now, what harm would it do unless, you know, it was like an abusive household or something, but the people that I'm thinking of aren't in those types of relationships. They're in good Christian metaphysical relationships, you know. I'm like, there'd be no way I'm just going to sit here and having, you know, cramps like I just had septuplets, out, you know, shopping and cleaning house and picking up the other kids from school. No way. You do it, or call Auntie so-and-so, or call Grandma, call it. No. I'll be right here. Bring me PBJ on your way back. Some orange juice. You know, and I'm not shitting on you. I'm saying, let's think about it. Why do we have to? Why do we have to? Just maybe because that's how you were raised, just like I was raised to. I was very, very strict. You know, I had 4 brothers. I have 4 sisters, in my opinion. Oh yeah, it's my video. It's the only one that matters. And we were raised very, very strict. We got spankings, you know. And looking back at all these others, how they were raised, I'm glad I did. Because I turned out to be a pretty damn good person, right? Now my brothers and sisters did too. They turned out well different. A little bit. You know, I got one sister who just refuses to be on time for anything. Anything. I think she was late for her own son's graduation. You know, I don't get that, but hey, I'm not out to change you, because I already know how to work that. When I want you to come to something, I just tell you 2 hours ahead. You know, and I don't get my heart set on things that I know I can't change anymore. Haven't since I was probably 30. I know I can't change you. You're incessantly late, so I just won't depend on you at all for anything. Anything. The same way with people who say, oh yeah, Tasha, I'll do that for you. And I'm going to give this to you, that I asked you to make that MP3 for me, since you're in the music business, and it should have taken taken you probably 2 minutes, 2 full minutes. Record that, convert to MP3, here you go. Like my other son who did it for me. Oh, well, he's not my son, but he's young enough to be my son. Mike P. Shout out to Mike P. Look him up. He's a great artist. Thank you for converting that for me, since my son didn't make time. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I know every kid isn't raised how I was raised. A little discipline never hurt anyone, adult or child. You know, so to me, I have to eventually toss out the notion of thinking that today's children should be more disciplined. You know, so many kids today talk back. Oh, hell no. You know, but to me, now that I'm older, I just see that, you know, that's just you parents not respecting yourself. Because if you don't think your children should respect you, then you're really fucked up in the head. You know, because you're teaching them it's okay to treat you that way. We teach others how to treat us. You know, just like this situation I'm telling you about, I'm teaching them how to treat me. And so to end that, to finish that, you know, I went and had a nice little chat with that person, and I told him I'm not one to complain. I'm one to be honest. I'm not one to be a big baby and complain about a list of the things that I don't feel good about today. Okay, so you guys know I just moved, and I alone but the last 2 boxes, which were like 2 feet by 2 feet, the guy here helped me move those for me, excuse me. And everything else, every stitch of everything you see in here, I moved myself, including the dresser that Jake is on over there. Which is real wood and very heavy, so I twisted my back. And again, you know, I'm not out to be a big crybaby. I hurt my back, okay? You know, I'll be in my room lying down, waiting for that Motrin to kick in. You know, when it does, I'll be up and at 'em, going, walking around the house, getting chores done, doing my marketing. You know, so I had a talk with that person, and I'm like, you know, I have never been one to be weak enough to sit and complain the whole time about all the things that I don't feel good about. My back hurts, I got a headache, this hurts, that hurts. You don't need to know that. Only I need to know that. Just like only I needed to know if I could run a mile to the bus stop, I would not be sitting in this house. Okay, well, you know, Tosh, what, I said, you heard me say I'm going to have that, whatever, cortisone, I don't know what shot, in my knees for my arthritis knees, right? Yeah, no, anyway. Well, so does that mean, I said, that means I'm pretty much in pain every time I'm standing up. Now I understand that you don't go through that, or maybe you do, and you're a man and you just don't talk about it because that's what you think you have to do. But I'm not you, you see. So I learned as the child when I was forced to run, when I stopped running, I felt like I was having a massive heart attack or something. Well, I didn't know it then. I just knew that I had pain, and it felt like I swallowed a really huge caterpillar. You know, the caterpillar was this big, but your throat is only this big. Yeah. And when I tried to express that to the doctor then, he couldn't figure out what I was talking about. But, you know, as a teenager, you never heard the word heart attack before. I don't think I had. You don't know what to say, but as an adult, I know what to say, whether you believe it or not. It's not up to you to believe it. It's only for me to not give in to what you think I should or should not be doing. That's all. And right now, I'm doing the best I can under the circumstances. And I think I'm doing pretty damn good. If for no other reason, I'm pretty damn clear not to ask God for anything like this again. I mean, to ask God for something more specific, you know, house in the country with grass. No 35-year-old cobwebs. You know. Anyway, I'll be good. So we all could. What are you doing in here? I don't have any trash in here. Go outside. A little gnat. Do I have any trash? No. Anyway, so that got me thinking, you know, we adults, I mean, it's probably a lot different if you have a boss that is always shitting on you. It's so funny. And I'm really proud of myself for this. You know, I was going through old paperwork for kindling, and I came across my my paperwork for being fired. And the top of the list was, I didn't read the whole list because I don't want to, bring all that back. I know she's a stupid, over-controlling bitch, and until she realizes that, she'll always be sick. She has a list of diseases too. Somebody called to make an appointment and they didn't appreciate your tone. Really, you're stupid enough to fire somebody for that. For those of you who maybe this is your first video of mine, I worked in a complex of about 300 companies. We leased executive office suites. Very executive office suites. I'm talking like the cheapest office was probably $1,500 a month. Okay, maybe $1,100 a month for a, I don't know, 10 by 12 space or something. But anyway, I don't know. I'm thinking, you didn't even, and for you bosses, those of you that are bosses, heads up, get your head out of your ass. Don't be like that idiot, And I told them when getting fired, you're firing me because some chick called Dr. Teresik's office and insisted that I should make the appointment between her and Dr. Teresik. I don't work for Dr. Teresik. Tiki works for Dr. Teresik. She should have left Tiki a message so Tiki could call her back and give her an appointment, and you're firing me for listening to the patient and thinking that I'm in the wrong. Wow. You're such an idiot. Well, the Chinese people want you to talk softer. Well, and this people want you to talk louder. Well, don't leave your purse on the counter. Yeah, these are the things I got fired for. Isn't that brilliant? Isn't that brilliant? Wow. Oh, well, don't make your jewelry in the lobby anymore. Well, you let me do it for a whole year, and then when people started liking it and buying my jewelry, you couldn't handle not being the center of attention or whatever and write me up for it. Yeah. So those of you with fucked up idiot bosses like that, I empathize with you wholeheartedly, And for those of you that are bosses, just remember, we all talk to the same God, no matter what you call it when you die. Now, what the hell, and for a minute, for right now, I'll give myself a minute to think about this notion. What are you going to really say when you go to God? Well, I fired Tasha because, she was just as controlling as I am. Or she just wouldn't do what I told her to do. That's not ethical. Oh, don't wear a pink sweater. Don't wear a pink flannel jacket in the lobby. It looks tacky. That's all I had. It's a 125-year-old lobby, just so you know. So there's never a perfect temperature in there. So I would always be freezing when I go to work at 6:30 in the morning. Because I had to catch the bus. I didn't have to start work until 7:45. But I had to get there early because I don't do late. Make coffee for 200 people. Probably the other 100 had coffee in their office. I don't know, whatever. Set up and whatnot. So it's freezing. It's like 30 degrees in the lobby. And that was all I had. She didn't like that. So, come on. I'm saying this not to say, oh, poor me. Fuck that. I'm happy to get fired from that idiot. And the other idiot who let her fire me, who, of course, being the receptionist, everybody's secrets, just like the bartender. We're just like the bartender. And I just wanted to tell him, if you would just stop breaking into people's apartments, stealing people's panties. Yeah, I didn't think I knew that, huh? You probably could screw your head on tighter and think about the fucked up situation you let her put you in. You get on me about buying a stupid $2 postage stamps when she sent a guitar to France for $600 via FedEx. Who do you think paid that? Let's think about that. So, and Usa, okay, let's let it go, Tosh. Let it go, let it go. But I'm saying this for you bosses who think that you are necessarily any better or different than your subordinates. And you're not. If anything, didn't you think that God put you in a different position to be more compassionate with those that needed it? And you don't go around telling people, oh, well, if you want to borrow the money until payday. Well, I didn't get paid because you fucked up payroll. Okay? And so I couldn't go out and buy a brand new $40 blazer. No, don't want your money. I'll just sit here and get pneumonia. Oh, and then when I'm in the hospital, I'll just go on disability. How's that? Because you insisted I not wear a pink flannel jacket with 3 sweaters underneath to stay warm in this 120-year-old building. Wow. Do you guys? So I'm not complaining. I'm telling you my story so that you don't end up the same way. I don't want to see anybody, even myself, look back on life and regret anything. And this is why I get on you kids. I want you to be better than me. I want you to think faster than me. I want you to have more than me. I want you to save. I don't want you to end up like this. I'm not in a bad place. I'm just saying, I want you to have your Taj Mahal home or Waldorf Astoria, whatever. I want you to have all that, Think. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses because the Joneses ain't got no money because they buying shit. Who needs a new Lexus every 3 years? Don't get me wrong. If you can afford it, comfortably afford it, kudos. My mom could afford to buy a brand new Cadillac every 3 years. She was a millionaire, of course. She was a millionaire who paid all her bills like 3 months in advance. Or, I've got a few sisters that make really good money. Everything cash up front. Only 2 credit cards. 1% interest and 1.5% interest. Only use them for emergencies or vacation. And I look back and I'm like, I know my mom taught me those lessons. I just didn't do very good at keeping it because I always had, good jobs. I've always had, high-paying receptionist, admin, secretary, executive secretary jobs, making $15, $20, $25, $30 an hour. Then this. Which is good. I'm not knocking my blessings, and I'm not knocking my lessons. Because I definitely know in at least my last 8 lives, I've always been very, very wealthy, and now I guess I'm balancing out the spirit, huh? Yeah. Because it's not the most pleasant thing to do to get on here and say, okay, you guys, my laptop is dead. I need a laptop, and I know you got one for Christmas, so share. Kick down the old one that you don't like anymore. Just format it and ship it on to Tosh here in sunny California. But you do what you got to do. I'm not stupid either and just sit here on my hands and do nothing. No. Not at all. Need help, ask for help. Throw a raft, throw it. I'm drowning. No, I'm not drowning. I swim. I swim like a fish. It's one of the best things I do in life, swim. Like Ethel Merman, remember in Titanic? She was the one that held her breath for 2 minutes to go. Yeah. That was a good movie. Anyway, I'm saying all this so we all can learn to stop thinking that you should be this way or you should be that way. No, those that work under you or with you, because you can't do all the work by yourself. Okay, no matter what position you're in, if you get up, put clothes on, and go to a company, you cannot do all the work by yourself. This is why you have co-workers, subordinates, because we all help each other, just like life. We all help each other out. It's only up to you to stop thinking I should be this way or that. The only way I should be is polite to you when you act like an idiot, thinking that you're better than me, and I should wear this, or I should wear my hair like that, or I should put on makeup, or Tasha, just go get some dentures. Why don't you have any teeth? Well, you can kick down $2,000, and I'd be happy to go to 1557 Alameda and get some brand new chompers just to make you happy. It has nothing to do with me still being beautiful, having a good spirit, having a great outlook on your dumbass, And even to that, that person who said, well, I'd like to see you in a little bit better shape. And I understand that, he was just loving me enough to share his opinion. And I value that. He's an intelligent man. Just like I valued him enough to express to him. Well, he's rather religious, so I respect him enough to watch what I say. I said, now just imagine you breaking your arm. You, I know, would still try to get out here and, I don't know, put the brakes on your car. Just because you're a man and you think that's what you should be doing, as opposed to being still and healing. And that's okay, but I'm not you. I'm Tasha Lene Harris, who knows when things need to be healed, I sit down. It doesn't matter how fat I am. It doesn't matter how much I run out of breath. The only thing that matters is I'm smart enough to sit and heal. Then when I'm better, I can get up, clean up, finish unpacking. Oh. Well, here, I'll give you a little tiny tour. A little tiny tour. Over there is the front door with all my music on it. My little housing for my jewelry stuff and more jewelry stuff. A little table for my microwave and my little boombox. The little tiny refrigerator. Big, huge, heavy, did I say heavy? Wood dresser. And see all this open space? That wasn't there before. That's what I did yesterday. Cleared the runway. And there's Jake over there. Say hi to Jake. Oh. Yeah, his ass was up. He got up out of the cage without even knocking anything over. Climbed all the way and was on his way up there. I like to go up, up, up. Anywho. And back there is my table with less junk on it now. And if I'm not mistaken, oops. Oh, there we go. That should be my crystal table, I think. Oh. Back there. Oops. Back there. But, yeah, so I'm, in my own book, I am very much on, on schedule, on time, on everything. Get up every day, look for a job, look for better, everything. Better, better, better. More, more, more. So I'm going to keep it as a surprise. Dang it. Never can keep a surprise. Well, surprises that I can tell. Things are going to be changing. And I look forward to you guys meeting my big sister. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So happy. Wow. Anywho, so bosses, be the person that you profess to be when you take a shower. A good person. I'm a good person. Because I know I have always had over-controlling bosses. Even that little teeny bopper that was like 20 years old, and I'm 42 or something, who doesn't know what minutes are, but she's one of those little hourglass figure Barbie dolls that he liked, and thought, even she could control me. But I know how to do my job. I've been a receptionist since I was 23. I'm 52 now, so you do the math. you know and I understand that things are different in your office, how they're run, but being the receptionist is just like being a bartender. It's the same everywhere, just the names are different, and we all have the same names, just the faces are different. Sorry. Remember, you want to be treated like royalty from your boss. Don't pass down shit. Pretty up, spray it with some perfume, and be like, well, how is da da da. And it never hurts to get to know somebody a little teeny bit. Personally, I understand everybody thinks we should keep business separate from pleasure, but if you're a boss, you need to consider, I'm not going to shit on you, you might consider being cordial, respectful to your coworkers and subordinates. I mean, why do you really think God gave you that position? Just to do the work? Just to get, 15,000 pieces out a day? No. To be compassionate. To be empathetic. Not sympathetic. Look the difference up. Have a heart. Realize these people are going through hard times just like you. You trying to pay your mortgage, so are they. So why fire everybody? Put everybody on part-time? I don't know, something. There's always a way. There's always a way, And, neighbor to neighbor, boss to subordinate, husband to wife to wife, husband to husband, child to child. Respect each other. Respect must take place, even for you to love yourself. Which brings me to my next topic. I was thinking about this guy that I loved deeply, and he felt, this was a video actually that Witchmajigger replied to, Cricket Song, Bless Your Heart, I Just Love You. And so I was thinking about him as I was looking at my juicer that I just put in the refrigerator, in the kitchen the other day. And, thinking of all the lessons that I learned from that, and wanting to share with you all that may not have seen those videos on love that I made, and knowing the difference between a person who says, I love you, and a person who shows you they love you. Yeah, that's what I should have called it. Anyway, because he thought it was okay, he didn't feel like calling, but he was in Canada and I was here, and that was our first and only agreement to being in a long distance relationship for the next 9 months when I go there, and then you take turns and come here until we decide to move here. He's gonna finish school at 72. Boy, that man loves schooling, which is nice because I don't. Which is nice, kudos. And so that I was trying to wrap my mind around that spiritually, but still we're in human form, and if you cannot even show yourself enough love, how can you give that to anyone? I had this talk better with myself about 4 hours ago. When you give your word to do something because I love you, doesn't that mean anything? And then you turn around, 9 months later and say, oh, I didn't feel like calling. Is that really love? No, it's not. Not to Tosh. It could be to you. I don't pay your rent. But if you say you're going to do something, you keep your word, or that's not very loving. Now, on my end, I'm thinking he's dead in the gutter, because it snows a lot over there in Canada, and I'm just beside myself. thinking he's dead. He's in the hospital. He's in a morgue. He's, 72, but he looks 35. They're going to think that he's, some kid who, got in a fight with this gang or something and they left him there to die, or, and all this is going through my head, and you're just sitting over there, oh, I feel like, oh, what? Wow, you really love me, huh? So that's why, and I'm going to send this to a couple of you, that I really like on that site that you were writing me from, and it's not to say anything other than this is what I believe in. I would do no less for you than keep my word, because I want you to keep your word to me. And if a word doesn't mean anything, what kind of human being are you that professes to be, spiritual, a spiritual person? Now, for those of you who don't profess to, the other two guys that I do like, you might see this, you're on my Facebook page, and you haven't said, anything about your religious beliefs or whatever, this isn't for you. Okay, this is for the other two. So, oh yeah, I'm into spiritualism and, metaphysics and da-da-da-da-da-da, and, anyway, stuff along that line. Walk your talk. Or you need to go, because what kind of person am I to sit there and take, you not keeping your word? What does that say about me and how I feel about myself? No, see, I love myself. That's why I can cut you loose. I can chop you off right at the knees. Really. Because then what am I teaching all the kids that watch my videos? It's okay to get treated like shit? Oh, hell no. That will never happen. That will never happen. I'll just stay with myself, because I make pretty damn good company. I do. I do. Oh, and I didn't show you my, well, let me remove some things some people don't need to see. And then you can see my little workbench. Yeah, okay, so there's that. And you come all around here, the wall. There's my lights. Sorry for the lights. And there's my workbench, all nice and set up finally. Yesterday's waffles that I snack on. And my bookcase with more jewelry stuff on it. And another cubby with more jewelry stuff in it. And finally my closet again, and you come full circle. So, there you have it, and there it be. Sorry about that, because I can just hear somebody saying, what about the other half of the room? Yep. And when I'm at the crystal table, well, you'll see, because the videos will probably be facing the garden, the veranda. But life is really, really, really good. I mean, come on. I have roof, I've got food, I've got people that care about me. Looking for a job, looking for another laptop. Trying to help my mom. And I just had to come to the conclusion, Tasha, everything isn't within your power to change. And after crying for 3 or 4 days, I just decided I have to let it go. I can't keep torturing myself. That feels kind of inhumane to say, but I don't have a whole lot of choice at the moment. So, just got to keep it pushing. Do what I can. I call and call and call, and that fucking place, they don't call you back. They don't help you figure out nothing. So you just do the best you can. So, as soon as I get a job or 4 more clients, then I can catch the outreach shuttle to Oakland and see what's going on, you know? We're not meant to control everything. Sad to say. Well, in this case, it's sad to say, because if I could do something for my mother, I would. You know? So, just gotta keep it pushing. Just gotta keep it pushing. Do what you can. Keep on going. You know? Love each other. Even if you don't believe in what the other sibling believes in, shut up. Let them have their peace. They're grown. They pay their own mortgage. You know? Give them what they need to be supportive. Keep on keeping on. Just like everybody else in life. Just give a little bit and sprinkle a little love. Keep it pushing, you know? That's all we can do to each other, for each other, with each other. For yourself. For yourself, you know? And then the world's a little teeny bit better place. So, today we're going to go love somebody. Teach our kids to be respectful. Bosses, be respectful to your employees. They're human beings with they're spirits with a human body, you know. Respect. Respect. You didn't like it when you were the subordinate and your boss treated you like crap, so why would you treat others like crap now that you're the boss? You know? That's not nice. It's not nice at all. So we all gotta just remember this little blip in time, 100 years or so. It's gonna end. We go back to what? Spirit base. And say, wow, I should have learned that. I should have learned this. I should have learned. See, so I'm always carefully balancing out. Is this my physical side or is it my spirit side? Well, my physical side can't do anything about this. So I'm going to ask my spirit side to ease up a little teeny bit on my spirit side. So hopefully I can stay in balance. Stay sane, be well. Go for a walk around the house. You know? And then Cookie left. I don't know. Don't know why. Yesterday around 11, she got out. But we always knew she was a smart cookie. I miss her. I miss her. Anywho, so there you have it. There it be. I'm gonna get back to bead making and watch some Sherlock Holmes and play some music. Get my other 2 bags of stuff unpacked, repacked, tape it up, put it in storage in the craft room nice and neatly, and keep it pushing. That's all we can do. Keep it pushing, you know. Stop and do something good for yourself today. Then stop and do something good for others, you know. The world would be a teeny bit better place. Really. Or even if not the whole world, you are that proverbial pebble in a pond. Be the pebble. You know, Bruce Lee says, be water, my friend. Be water. Yeah, be the pebble in the water that makes the ripples. And your love spreads out, 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 out. And not anything otherwise. I love you. I love you. Go love yourself. If you ever need a shoulder, you see mine are pretty big. You know, I got you. Always here. TashaSpeaks@gmail.com. If you got a laptop I can have, I happily take it off your hands. I'll pay postage. You know, your kids need somebody to talk to. I'm here. Need help getting through your learning how to use your spiritual gifts? I'm here. Angels Teachers Guides. Sign up for the course. I'll be blogging today. Angels and Tasha's Touch. And I do apologize, by the way, for the store. I just realized yesterday that Weebly changed their whole thing and my store is gone. Wow, gone. All those years of work, poof, gone. Yeah, I did write to somebody. You know I did. And if you have a different email address than I do, I'd appreciate that. Because I know that that's in their links log someplace. You know, they could just pop it back up. No, I gotta go put all that stuff. I have to rebuild the whole store. I don't know if that's gonna happen. So I'm thinking I might just have to make another link and make a page inside of the Angels Network already, because Justin made me promise 7 years ago not to touch TashasTouch.com. And he's right, I wouldn't want to, because he has it set up so beautiful. So yeah, I gotta marinate on that after I do my blogs. See? Should have listened to Lisa earlier. And you pay to keep all your own content. Damn. You just think it's gonna be there forever, and it wasn't. Silly of me not to think ahead, you know? Anywho, go be good to yourself. I'm gonna go and love the dogs, Midge and Hunts, that are out there. Ask Spirit to keep Cookie safe in a good home. Don't let some nasty people find her and turn her into a bad pit bull. You know? Bless her little heart. Bless your heart. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being the wonderful, kind spirit that you are. Thank you. Okay, get out of here. I've got a necklace to make. Love you. Bye.